With the recent hype around Star Citizen after CitizenCon and the reaction videos by large creators like Asmongold, I'd imagine that a large group of people are geared up to play the game's alpha. Now, Star Citizen, despite still being an alpha, has a ton to learn to even get to your ship and explore the verse. So, with the upcoming International Aerospace Expo, or IAE, just about every ship will be on sale. And I'm sure that some of you want to try out Star Citizen and will instantly drop the $1,100 on the UEE Exploration 2950 package. Ooh, shiny. Many would consider something like the Cutlass Black or the Avenger Titan to be the best starter ships, but those are for people with, what's it called? Disposable income? Huh. But anyway, for the rest of us, let's scroll all the way up here to see those starter ships. Now, for $45 US, you can buy the game as well as either an Aurora MR or the Mustang Alpha. Both of these ships have their own strengths and weaknesses, but it's generally accepted that the Aurora is going to be the better all-around ship to start exploring Stanton. But that ship is ugly. So, we're going to see what it's like to get into the game with this, the Mustang Alpha. Now, while it doesn't have the accessible space of the Aurora, the Mustang can pack a bit of a punch in ship combat and also has some options for expansion of that arsenal, and honestly, in my opinion, it's just more fun to fly. So in this series, we're going to see what the journey is like going from this puny starter ship to owning some of the most versatile early game ships in the verse while spending less than the cost of a modern AAA game. This is Star Citizen, Alpha to Titan. This series will be using my main account. I've spent some time in Stanton and have amassed a decent amount of wealth, allowing me to buy some of those ships that I've been drooling over for the past decade. Wow, it's really been that long. But one ship I've never used or even flown before is the starter ship, the Mustang Alpha.
Take a wander and see what we have. There are some real gems to it.
Now from here on out, I'll be using only this ship to grind out the money and the reputation necessary to make our first major upgrade to the Avenger Titan. In this first episode, I'll look at the process of retrieving your ship, launching, taking our first bounty mission, and raking in that first sweet Alpha UEC. For the purposes of this video, we're starting in Lorville on Hurston. Now, Hurston is a fairly central planet that will allow us to go just about anywhere in Stanton without too much of a hassle. Now that we have our starter ship, let's go find it. To access our ships, we need to find a spaceport on our respective planet. In the case of Hurston, that place is called Tesis Spaceport. From here, we find one of the ASOP retrieval terminals, select the ship we want, and click Retrieve. We can see that our ship has been delivered to Hangar 9, so off we go to see what our hard-earned cash has gotten us. First things first, let's get to the elevator. Now to interact with objects around you, you hold the F key and your mouse cursor will come up showing the things that you can interact with, like so. Once inside, we scroll down and select Hangar 9, and we're ready to see our Mustang for the first time. And there she is, the Mustang Alpha. Definitely a small ship, but fun to fly and a great start when we're going out to explore. On the front here, we'll see that we have these two gimbaled size 2 laser cannons, those low-slung wings that might give us some issues with landing. More on that later. And around the back, we have our cargo storage. Now once again, we use F to interact so we can open the cargo bay. And this box right here can carry 4 standard cargo units, or SCU. While we're not going to make any money with trading with this, it can be useful for storing some items that we might bring back during our exploration. Quick tip, make sure to close this anytime you're leaving. Get in the habit now, you'll thank me. As we approach the cockpit, we go into interact mode and we see a few options here, but the one we're looking for is Enter Pilot Seat. While in your ship, you can press and hold Z to look around freely. The Alpha here has some great visibility, allowing us to see above us and to the sides completely unrestricted by struts or other blockers. When we're ready, we can press U to power up our ship. This will start up everything from our engines, our displays, weapons, and shields. Directly in front of us, we can see two multifunction displays, or MFDs. These screens can show us anything from our target status, power consumption, weapon selections, comms, or a whole bunch of other things. Now, to begin our journey, let's hit F2 to open up our Mobi Glass. This display houses all of our personal information, including our health status, active contracts, reputation, friends lists, and a ton of other things. For now, we'll stick to the contract section and select Bounty Hunter for the mission type. Here, we'll see a list of available missions, but to begin with, we're looking for the Bounty Hunter Contractor Evaluation. This is the first mission that you'll see available to you that sets you on your path towards some sweet ship combat. The first mark is a very low-risk target, or VLRT. After making sure that we're taking the contract for Hurston Dynamics, we click Accept Offer, and we'll see the active mission under the Accepted tab of our Contracts Manager. Now that we've closed out of our Mobi Glass, it's time to take off. Now, if you just leave without doing anything, you'll meet a swift and timely end by means of the hangar doors. To request takeoff, press Left Alt and N, and this will contact the ATC, and we can now see that the doors above us are opening. We'll take off with spacebar to perform a vertical takeoff. And here we are greeted with the smoggy, foggy view of Lorville. Breathtaking, isn't she? Quite literally. But from here, let's tilt up and begin to break atmosphere. First off, let's increase our speed limiter by scrolling up on the mouse wheel. This will determine the maximum speed that our thrusters can push. While exploring, it can be useful to pump this up to max like we've done here, but for tighter maneuvering and battles, you'll see this box drop to here, which is the Space Combat Maneuvers, or SCM speed. All around us, we'll see displays showing things like our pitch, our altitude, fuel stores, weapons, and consumable resources. Once we've broken atmosphere, we'll hit the B key to spool our quantum drive. The top bar here shows the spooling status, while the bar on the left shows our calibration status of a given quantum target. Here, we can align ourselves with our target, and once both of those bars are completely full, we can hold B again to initiate our quantum jump. This initial jump brought us to the Hurston moon of Magda. But to reach our target, we'll have to jump one more time to the asteroid field where our mark was last seen.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
As we approach our waypoint, let's take a look at our weapon readout. Here, we can see the two M4A laser cannons, each with a capacity of 41 shots. Since we're using laser-based weaponry, these shots will recharge once they're expended. There are other types of weapons that we could fit onto the ship, including ballistics, lasers, and a few others. While ballistics can rip through a shield and deliver some of that damage directly to a hull, they do have a limited ammo capacity and would have to be restocked. Lasers, on the other hand, deal a great amount of damage to shields, but need sustained fire to break through and deliver permanent damage to the hull. Here, we're just closing the last distance to our target, Franz Burkhardt. As we get closer, we'll see that the reticle changes to show their exact position. We can then hit T to target them and align with them to begin firing. Now, as you can see, we have a leading pip in front of our target, which shows where we should shoot to likely hit them. Let's keep that center reticle aligned to the pip and start firing our volley of lasers. Jackpot. This first bounty was extremely easy. As they are a VLRT, their movement is rudimentary, their firepower and shielding is weak, and they likely have few, if any, support fighters with them for protection. Now that the job's done, we can see above that we've received our first payout, a juicy 4,000 Alpha UEC. It's not much, but it is a start. As soon as our mission is complete, it's generally best to get out of Dodge as quickly as possible, fire up that quantum, and bounce before any of their friends come to see what happened. And just like that, we've completed our first bounty. Now, this first episode was a bit different. We showed an uncut segment to explain what the first launch and mission would likely look like for you. Next time, we'll pick up the pace, show some more bounties, look at some bugs and funny moments, and see what we can do to make our job just a bit more efficient. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you've seen, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode. And more than anything, I'd love to see some comments from you. Did I miss anything? What would you like to see us explore next? Are you looking to pick up a ship in the upcoming IAE? Let me know and I'll read all of the comments. Until next time, this is Lee Atreyu signing off.